What's up guys, Black Scout Survival, and today we're going to be going over what documents you need in a bug out situation or a disaster situation, and also how you need to store and protect them whenever everything's fine, you know, normal day-to-day life. But there's three categories that I use for documents when talking about what documents you need. One is going to be your IDs, identifications, and it can be driver's license, passport, you know, you got your social security card, birth certificate, and if you're a military, a DD-214, you know. So you want to maintain the hard copies of these as well as a digital copy, and that's going to go, I mean, that should go without saying for all records or documents. The next group is going to be financials, and that's going to be bank records, credit and debit cards, you know, your actual physical cards. You're going to need your insurance policies, wills, stocks and bonds if you have those, and that's pretty much going to cover all your financials. And if you have anything else that you know, property you may own, like deeds or whatnot, titles, stuff like that, your vehicle and stuff like that, you want to keep that as well as in the financial area too. And when I say insurance also, let me touch back on that, I mean, you know, automobile, health, because you bug out, you're going to need all these type things if some kind of disaster does arise. The other records I'm going to say is, you know, marriage certificates, and if you have an adoption, you know, child adoption records, you know, anything that goes outside the norm, that's something that you may need, that you've ever had to like enroll a kid in school in, you had to try to get an ID with, any of these forms of, you know, documents that you may have had to use to get another document, divorce decrees, all that kind of stuff will go in that other documents. But, you know, let's face it, not all disasters are, you know, apocalyptic like the world is in. You know, think about Katrina. You know, if you know, a localized disaster hits you and you have to go start over somewhere else, are you going to have those documents? Are you going to spend months trying to get those documents before you can even begin starting your life over, you know, rebuilding and stuff like that? So these are critical items that will help you in that rebuilding phase. Alright guys, so let's talk about thumb drives, and it's a critical way to store information. And usually I keep a thumb drive on my keychain, you know, and this is encrypted, so if I lose this, somebody can't just steal my stuff. But thumb drives are good to have on your person, but it's also good to have them stored in another location, like let's say photographs, for instance. A lot of times disasters, women, you know, mothers and stuff, the first things they'll be grabbing is photos, you know, photo albums, stuff like that. So it's good to go ahead and have back these all up on little thumb drives, and that's what I do. All my photos that I've ever taken are backed up on a thumb drive in a safe, and I'll get into safes in a second, but have that stuff ready to go. The other thing I put on thumb drives is I take photos of all my high price items, like weapons, firearms, with the you know, serial number and stuff like that. Any, you know, I got expensive mountain bike, stuff like that. I take pictures of these items, and you know, if you got watches, Rolexes or whatnot, take pictures of these items and put them on your thumb drive in case they do get stolen or whatnot. But something good to have is these, you know, waterproof match cases. You can take these and just store your thumb drive in them. You know, I'm not going to take this on my keychain, but you can store it in there, and it's waterproof and protect it from, you know, impact. So that's a good way of, you know, protecting those items as well. But you know, thumb drives should not be your only source. You know, you also need those actual records, actual documentations, because if sometimes things can be forged, you know, and you may try to go, you know, get something, get a new ID or whatnot. They may not want to accept a social security card that's been, you know, on a thumb drive, print off a thumb drive. So, you know, they could be seen as counterfeit, but it's still good to have that. But also always have these things, you know, encrypted or whatnot. Another good thing is an external hard drive. You probably see them, they're like big things that you hook up to your computer, and you can store back up all your computer information on there. And those are good because in the case of a disaster, if you have to bug out and leave your house, you need to destroy any type of records that you're not taking with you, and that's including computer hard drives. You need to burn them, break them, whatever you can do, get rid of them, because people, like during Katrina, they were coming in and taking people's information from their hard drives and stuff like that. So you need to, you know, think about that as well. Have an external hard drive to back up everything you have and keep in your safe. But always store these items in a safe, you know, a fireproof, lockable safe. That way, if you do get fired, I mean, some of them say they're fireproof, but they don't even last. But it's better than nothing, having them in a shoebox. So get a safe, get them locked up, get them hidden. And a good place to hide this is in your children's bedroom, because during burglaries, a lot of people will bypass the kids' room because they think nothing of value's in there. So that's a good place to put it. And if you bug out, you can take it with you, you know. And if you want to bug out and not take the fireproof case, at least get a Pelican type case, you know, the waterproof, crushable, crush-proof boxes, and lock all your documents and USBs up in there, or a lock sacks, which is you know, like you can use them as by document protector size versions of it. But hopefully this information helps you prepare. You know, this isn't one of those sexy topics that we like, you know, talking about starting fires, shooting guns and all that kind of stuff, but it is one of those critical things that will help you rebuild your life after a disaster that isn't an apocalypse. So think about that. You know, post any comments or questions down below if you have any questions further on this subject. But check out blackscoutsurvival.com for more tips and tutorials. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.